The Islamic dilemma is a simple argument that goes something like this. The Quran affirms the inspiration, preservation, and authority of the Jewish and Christian scriptures. But the Quran contradicts the Jewish and Christian scriptures on basic doctrines. If we have the inspired, preserved, authoritative word of God, Islam is false, because Islam contradicts our scriptures. If we don't have the inspired, preserved, authoritative word of God, Islam is false, because the Quran affirms the inspiration, preservation, and authority of our scriptures. Either way, Islam is false, therefore, Islam is false.
In chapter 5, verse 46 and 47 of the Quran, it says that the people of the gospel, in other words, the Christians, must judge by what God has revealed to them in the gospel. So if the Quran is true, and I obey it in this instance, by the standards it tells me to judge by, I find the Quran false.
Not so fast, because our old pal Mohammed Hijab is going to clean up the Quran's mess.
We have sent down the Quran to you in truth to affirm that which has come before it.
Hijab is going to claim that when the Quran says it's the protector or guardian of the previous scriptures, it somehow means that the Quran distinguishes between what's true and what's false in the previous scriptures.
Muhammad is a guardian. In this context, there's nothing this word could mean, except that it's a distinguisher from what is true and what is false. And that is what the mufassirs or the exegetes of old and in the contemporary period have all understood the word to mean.
Liar. Liar, liar, liar. Hijab says that the word Muhammad can only mean one thing, and that all the classical exegetes agree. In reality, the classical exegetes said it means all kinds of things. Qatada said that the word Muhammad means preserving. Ibn Abbas and Al-Hassan said that Muhammad means trustworthy. But look at this part about Mujahid, a very early Quran commentator. Muhammad is the Muhammad, the guardian or protector of the Quran. Hijab's view forces us to conclude that Mujahid and anyone who agreed were all guilty of shirk. According to Hijab, a Muhammad is a guardian that distinguishes between what's true and what's false. If Muhammad is the guardian of the Quran, as Mujahid claimed, then Muhammad was an authority over the Quran. Muhammad decided what's true and what's false. So Muhammad is a higher authority than the speech of Allah, and therefore a greater authority than Allah himself. If Mohammed Hijab is correct about the meaning of Muhammad, then Mujahid believed that Allah is subordinate to Muhammad. Isn't it ironic that in order to avoid what the Quran says about the Torah and the gospel, Muslims like Mohammed Hijab have to misinterpret and misrepresent and outright lie about what the Quran says, thus bringing on themselves the same condemnation the Quran accuses Jews and Christians of doing?